That was quite exciting because I just thought, well, I started off playing in the village and now I'm playing in America, so it seemed quite good. So they're kind of high points, but there's always a high point, to be honest. It's just great playing music for a living. So, Declan.
What's the biggest show you played?
Biggest show I played was about 60,000 in Croatia. That's probably the biggest show. And to be honest with you, there could have been 200,000 out there. The lights are so bright you can't see past the first sort of 4 or 5 rows anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. What's the biggest crowd you lot have played to then?
2.
Oh, okay. Any more, Whitney?
Yeah, I've got loads. Have you ever dealt with performance anxiety?
Yeah. Mainly for... It's not so much, I think a lot of, probably Nick and Phil would probably qualify this, but it's probably not so much the playing, it's when the gear in a sound check starts to be a bit temperamental. And you're thinking, is it going to work out all right? And I've done the classic thing of standing up with a guitar lead, going to the front of the stage in front of thousands of people and putting my foot on the lead. It comes out just before I'm about to play a guitar solo, and I think you've all probably done that anyway. And that doesn't do you confidence wonders, but not really anxiety about the playing, but certainly about something going wrong, or not knowing the songs well enough.
Yeah. What is an average day like for Marcus Flynn?
I can't tell you that. Depends, it's all varied. I've got a studio, so if someone's in there recording, then I'll be recording them. I'm just doing a blues album at the moment. I know blues is dull and boring, but anyway, I don't get up before 10 if I'm honest, but what musicians do. I mean, you know, I go to bed about 2:30 a.m. Right, that's probably early for you, right, isn't it? Does anybody go to bed later than 2:30? Oh, okay, it's not bad, is it? Good time of the night, I reckon. Yeah, I've got a studio, so I spend a lot of time recording in the studio, do 2 or 3 gigs, maybe probably about 2 a week. Got about 38 gigs at the moment, up and down the country in various theatres, and at least 15 or 16 of them with Nick and Phil. So you get them a round of applause.
So in regards to your education, music-wise, what part of your education did you gain the most from, if you had any?
Totally self-taught, really. So, yeah, I learned by watching other people play, and I think I made every classic mistake as a guitarist. I had to unlearn everything. Didn't do the music course here. Didn't really do anything like that, but I practiced for hours and hours and hours and hours. I still practice. I probably practice more than some of you guys, probably.
Would you say that the mistakes that you made at the beginning have made you a stronger musician?
Yeah, oh yeah. It made me a better guitar teacher as well, because when someone would be playing something, I'd go, oh, you want to do that? I did that and I couldn't play it. Yeah, you constantly, and you never stop learning anything at all, really. Even in performance, you never stop learning, there's always something.
How have things changed during your time spent in the music industry?
Yeah, it's kind of covered that, but yeah. When I first got signed, if you look at from 90s to 2000, the record industry was awash with money. It was just, the labels, it would get to the end of the year in April and they'd need to lose a couple of £1 million rather than pay it in tax, and they'd just sign bands and spend money, you know. It's 50 grand, go and write some songs. And then, of course, people started to download music, which had a catastrophic effect on our livelihoods as musicians. I mean, CDs were generating such a multitude of music and revenue for record labels. There was this abundance of finance, and then all of a sudden people are thinking, hang on, don't have to pay for a CD anymore. Yeah, just send it. Wow, that's great, isn't it? Don't have to pay for it, just send it to my mates. And of course, as musicians, we stopped selling CDs, which was, it used to be that you'd have a tour to support the sale of the CDs. And now it's like the tour is the money and the CDs are free to help the tour. So it's gone a complete full circle. And now you get what's called 360 deals. Have you guys done that about that at all in your field? No? Yeah? No, okay. The different types of record deals that are out there now. It used to be that you'd be signed as an artist and you get an advance and they would just sign you to sell records, and that's what they did. The changes that we've seen now is that a record label will say, right, we'd like to sign you. And you go, great, that sounds good. We want you. We want the way you look. We want t-shirts and baseball caps with your name on it. And your songs, we want those as well. We want to manage you. In fact, we want to control everything. And the 360 deal is the bit where the record label come in and they say, we used to just want to sell records, but now we want to sell your image. We want to sell your songs. We want to own everything. When I first signed my first record deal, the solicitor the lawyer that I had at the time said, did they offer you a publishing deal? And I said, yes, they did. He said, well, don't sign it. Never sign a publishing deal with the same company as your record label. And I said, well, why not? He said, well, if you fall out with your record label, you're falling out with your publisher, aren't you? I was like, oh yeah, good point. Yeah, okay. But now, it's like they want you to be your publisher, your record label, your manager, they want your image rights, they want your merchandise, and that's what a 360 deal is. And I'd say that's one of the most significant changes I sort of noticed in the industry. Yeah, but it will affect you guys. Yeah.
Cool. A lot of the first years have asked about your biggest show you've played, but we haven't covered that. So could you go over firstly what a rider is, what your rider would usually be,
yeah.
Like what's the best one you've ever had?
Okay. The best rider would have been in Austria at the like I say, bike festival, got to pronounce that carefully, and that was with various bigger name acts, Mike and the Mechanics, and bands that you may not have heard of them anyway, but and the rider, if you like, or the green room backstage for that was, I guess it's about an area as big as this, and there are chefs there who will say to you, what do you want? And you go, egg and chips? And they go, right, do you want caviar? No, yeah, well, anything like that's fine. And there's bars of drinks that are just open. I mean, they're open 24 hours. I mean, you go backstage and it's like 4 in the morning and the chefs are still there and they'll cook whatever you want. I got to say though, it might sound a bit, PC correct, but I think the alcohol that's available all the time can tempt a lot of musicians to be bored and think, I'll just have another drink. And I think that a lot of people, certainly at the higher end of the music industry, have got themselves into a lot of problems with the availability of alcohol being there all the time. So that's probably not a good thing. Riders on contracts are really good. They're really funny, because as you know, some bands insist on having M&Ms with certain ones taken out, so they've only got the pink ones or the green ones. Certainly some of the gigs that I've played at, some of the riders have been really strange. Played one with Boy George, and he insisted that he couldn't have tea or coffee. We'd only have Perrier water everywhere. Did one with Bonnie Tyler, who insisted that she couldn't have contact with any other musicians, so she had to have a separate walkway tented off, so she couldn't mix with us, which is probably a good thing. I didn't like her very much anyway, to be honest. But and some of the riders that I've had backstage, I've gone over, and there's been these bar billiard football tables, don't they? And I've gone back there and I've gone, should you have because you get bored on tour, don't you? Well, you probably will find out. Have a game of bar football. It looks a dreadful game, but you've got nothing else to do in the daytime. And then someone goes, oh, you can't touch that. That's for 10cc. What? Yeah, it's there. They have that wherever they go. It's their thing, you know. Well, you can't have a game on it. Just no, not at all. Oh. All right then. So riders, as you know, are the clauses on contracts that big bands, and it seems to me that the bigger the band, the crazier it gets. You know, and some people will say, you know, they've got to have flowers all in their dressing room. I've not experienced that. At the level I'm playing at the moment, it's mainly theatres, if I'm honest, and we get cheese sandwiches in, you know, plates of sandwiches and water and some beers, and that's about it, I'm afraid. And you do get those little lights that go around the mirrors, which are quite good. But after a while, you know, well, they've seen them all anyway, so after a while, just walk in there, go on another changing room. Oh, what's the sandwiches like? No, not bad. Sometimes they give you a cooked meal, but that's mainly it, because what you have to remember, guys, the rider you're paying for. It's not free.
I've got two more for you. So, what sort of setup do you use?
What, in guitar?
Yeah, as a guitarist.
I was a guitarist. Yeah, I used to. I got about. We've all got too many guitars, haven't we? I've got about 20, but that's not a lot these days, apparently. I use Kemper amps. It's not going to make a lot of sense to most of you. And everything's built in, and there's just one little foot switch, and it does the recording. And it's a profiling amp, which means it's the same as any amps that you've got here. You can put a mic in front of it, copy the sound of that amp and take it off with you. Fantastic for session playing. And that's I'm going to bore you with the details on the guitars and everything like that. But
cool. So the last one is, do you have any advice for anyone, for everyone?
Crikey. It's really difficult because yeah, I mean, really, it's a couple of things. You're probably not going to appreciate your teachers until you leave. And then, after that, you might... And I mean, I used to teach here part-time for a while with the guys, and I used to teach people about record deals. And guess what? A couple of guys that were on the course got a record deal, and the first thing they did is they phoned me up. They said, Marcus, I've got this record deal. And I'm like, yeah, well, you remember, I taught you all about record deals. And they were like, yeah, but I don't know what to do with it. I said, well, go and speak to a lawyer, you know. I'm not a lawyer, but it was nice that they phoned me up after they got their record deal, but I was just saying, you really have no idea how much your teachers know until you leave, and then you go out and you start to do it yourself. And you realise that there'll be things that I've told you today, and you're going to forget about it, and then 2 or 3 years' time, you're going to think, oh, actually, yeah, someone did say about that, didn't they? For example, I've got a mate of mine who's got a 10-piece drum kit, and I said to him, what'd you buy that for? He said, well, because it's brilliant, it's set up and blah, 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 and it's amazing, isn't it? I said, you just need a 4-piece kit, really. You know, he said, no, I need a 10-piece kit. 20 gigs later, he says to me, you know what, you're right about that 8-piece kit. dragging it up, all up the stairs, setting it up, you know, then getting to a gig, there's no room on the stage. It's those kind of things, you know. So listen to your teachers. Use the fear of a boring job to motivate you to become a really good musician. That thought of eternally spending your life working in B&Q as opposed to touring the world in a band, just think to yourself, yeah, I really don't want a boring, dull job, and I want to do music so badly that I'm going to do everything I can to become a successful musician, and bearing in mind that success is making a living from it. It's not about being a rock star, that's a bonus, but if any of you guys can make a living from it, that is a success story, completely. So yeah, I guess, listen to your teachers, motivate yourself by whatever it takes. If it means you've got to be scared of a job like I was, that's a good thing. But no, don't actually give up on your dreams either. It's really, really important that you focus on it and do that. And sometimes you may find that you come out of college, you go into a job for a bit, and things won't be so good. But as long as you're determined, you can get back on track, and before you know it, you'll be in a band, and you just build your contacts up in it, and you'll be successful. If you really, really want to do it and you're determined, it will happen for you. You just got to, and don't get put off if things go wrong. Just bounce back up and go for it again. Right.
That's everything.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, if anybody else has got a question, I'll gladly. Okay. Yeah.
Should I ask one of them?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What was the name of the Beyonce track you were working on?
I didn't work on it. I played chorus guitar on a track called Ego.
Wow.
It's not very good, to be honest. Well, the track is, I was singing, I've got to say, when I got the backing, when I got her vocals through to play to,